Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and this is the first layout with my 4-page Simple Stories kit. And I'm just going to start off, I'm going to go through the pages pretty much in order they were in the kit. And I have a ton of extra embellishment for this little page kit packet I got, so I'm going to be switching up the embellishment a lot, adding some more, and then hopefully I can gut enough from these 4 pages that they give me to be able to get extra layouts done, because I know I'll have a lot of extra embellishment. So you'll kind of see how I work through that process as I go through these pages. The first layout is 2 4x6 pictures. There's a couple banners, and then you kind of have this pre-made background that already has a couple layers printed on it. I'm going to start out with 2 4x4s instead of 4x6s because that's what I had to work with. I'm matting them on an extra piece of paper just to do a white border. And now I'm trying to figure out the spacing of the banners. I can see already there's a decent chunk of this yellow print on the background that I'm going to be able to salvage. So I'm just marking how much of that is covered by my other layers so that I can gut it and have that for bonus layouts once I finish the 4 pages that this kit comes with. So I'm really excited to get to that part of the process and see what else I can squeeze in, because I've used a couple of these page kits before, just as is, and I think it would be fun to look at them in a different way and see how much I could really squeeze out of them. But that's basically the basics for this one. I'm going to back this in the simple black just to cover the hole and help it be more stable, and then I'll go back to kind of laying everything out the way they did, and then you'll see me tweak stuff. That's what I really like about these kits. It helps you get started really quickly, and then you can kind of take over from there and make it your own. So basically this is their design with these 2 banners and the 2 photos. They have a floral cluster to the left and the big title underneath the right hand photo with some journaling underneath, and I'm going to tweak all of that and kind of rework it. I keep the main embellishment cluster pretty much the same. I really like how they had it, but there's a couple things they use that I don't use, and then I add a lot of things from the extra embellishment that I have. So it was kind of fun to see what we ended up doing with it. But this page is documenting me setting up Franklin's new enclosure. So if you remember the last page, I documented us adopting Franklin, and then he came in this little 40-gallon with like tile and some not great decorations. And when I was looking to upgrade him, because I knew the 40-gallon was pretty much the size you want for a baby. You do not want an adult in a 40-gallon. I did lots of research and found out kind of the ideal size for bearded dragons is at least 120-gallon, which is a chunker. I did not realize how big this thing was. But Franklin is my new baby, and I enjoy taking care of my animals and doing the most for them. So as I was going through everything and trying to decide what I wanted, his enclosure he came with, the little 40-gallon, had a screen on the top you had to slide off to get in and out of. You had to go down through the top, and it was so annoying because every time I wanted to open it, I had to move all his lights off the top, slide it out, do all this stuff, especially trying to clean it, get in down from the top to clean up his messes. It was just not fun. So I knew immediately when I got an enclosure, I was going to have it open from the front. And I decided to go bioactive because bioactive means I don't have to clean it. It smells and looks really cool. And I really, really enjoyed putting it together. So basically I went and got whatever my substrate mix is for bearded dragons. The ideal mix is 50% play sand, 50% organic topsoil. And then you get your microfauna, so you have little isopods and springtails in the dirt that help break down all of their waste. And then of course you have live plants. It kind of creates this natural self-sustaining cycle. All you have to do is water the plants every once in a while. And I have never had to clean his cage since I set it up over a year ago, and it smells really good. I plant things like mint and rosemary and other edible things like that in there. And I just had a lot of fun putting it together. I found someone on Facebook Marketplace that forages driftwood. So I visited her house and she had like piles and piles of driftwood on the side of her yard that she gave me a great deal on. That's pretty much what I did to set it up, and I love it, and Franklin loves it, and that's pretty much the setup. I was thinking about doing like a bearded dragon care video. I know that's not scrapbook related at all, but I feel like I put so much research into it. I love talking about them so much, it could be fun. But yeah, that's about what this page is. It's setting up his enclosure. You kind of see the driftwood and all the plants set out in that one photo for me to figure out how I wanted to set it up, and then it's all set up in the right hand photo. You'll see I did shift the home title from underneath the photos like it was in the original to on top, and I like that better because I have 4x4s instead of 4x6s, so there was extra space up there since my photos weren't as tall, and visually I like that a lot better with the title being up top and then this big cluster to the left. So that's kind of what I'm trying to piece back together, all of these bits. This floral cluster is pretty much what they did on their page. I did pop the bird up on some foam, so that has a little bit of dimension. And then I don't know if I did it already or not, but the little family is the greatest blessing subtitle. That's popped up on some foam too, so that's really nice because it's going over that kind of home piece, so I wanted it to pop up a little more. But this is pretty much me finishing their portion of the design and now going through my extra embellishment to see what I want to add. I definitely want to get some brads on here. I love the little Simple Story brad kits, are so cute. And then I thought with the pop of that black banner, it would be fun to add some other pops of black around the page. So I'm going through the word phrase die cuts and pulling out 3 to go along the bottom. I thought about having some along in the opposite corner, so it kind of has this diagonal balancing effect. But for whatever reason, the word die cuts up at the top looked too busy, and it like distracted from the home title, I felt. So I ended up doing something else. But I do like how these 3 look all staggered together on the bottom, and then I'm just pulling in a couple of the heart die cuts to get some extra embellishment on there, pull some more color into that corner. So I'm just going to glue those together and get all of these stuck down. And then again, because I am using the brads and it does have the silver metallic on it, I really wanted to use my tiny attacher this month, so I'm going to try to get staples on all of these pages just to accentuate that silver. So I'm just stapling the ends of all these little word stickers so it looks like they're stapled down. And then I don't think I staple anywhere else on this page. I might go back and add some more, but with the staples at the bottom, and then I added a tiny brad down there, and then I added 2 larger brads in the opposite corner, so that's kind of my silver pop on the other side. So but I like how those look. I think they look really cute. It helps fill up the space a little bit more. I kind of felt like their page, there's a lot of like open space, and part of that was because I took away some of the sections that they had. Like they had this little journaling piece under the title, under the photos, and I decided not to use that. So I had to figure out what else I was going to do to kind of compensate for that lack of visual interest. But here I'm getting the 2 little hearts down. It's just going to go in that little corner. I guess I didn't pop that bird up on foam yet because it's just floating around, but I'll get to that. Here are these other 2 brads I add. I really did want a black pop up there, and since I wasn't going to use the word stickers, I went for this little homemade brad that has the same, color and font with a pop of black, and I think that's really cute. And I paired a little red brad up there with the homemade brad, and I add a little blue one down to my little hearts on the opposite corner. But this is where I do want to add the foam elements, so I'm popping that little bird up on some foam. There's that extra brad I added to the bottom. And then I think I had finished the page and felt like it really needed something else, so I turned the camera back on and decided to add a title. So I'm just titling this Franklin. I did add a little title to the bottom right hand corner of that one cluster in my Tim Holtz label letters that just says bioactive. And then I do have my little rating die cut that I thought was so cute in the die cut pack that I filled in the hearts with red for 5-star rating 4.5 heart rating, I guess. And I popped that up on some foam too, so there's a little embellishment cluster going on over there. But I kind of felt that I had so much embellishment when I thought I was done with this page. I was like, no, you got to add more because there's so much embellishment to use this month. So at this point, I had stopped this page. I had done the second page and I was looking at them together and I was like, yeah, I need a little bit more. So I went back and added these 2 wood heart die cuts, wood house die cuts. And then this is the other page you'll get a sneak peek of that I finished and went back to, and I'll add another house onto that one so that those 2 double pages have some embellishment running between them. And I like that extra pop of the wood grain with these 2 houses. So there we go. Here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.